Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic Wednesday. Sometimes, guys, I lose track of what day it is. See, when you get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow and you're technically in retirement where your assets are generating enough income to pay for your lifestyle, sometimes you kind of forget what day it is, right? Because see, when I'm on that treadmill, that hamster wheel, when I'm when I'm in that rat race, what happens? What happens when you're in that rat race? Monday through Friday, typically, you're in the rat race. So you know exactly what day it is because you got to go to work. But when you're not working anymore and you just kick back and doing the things that you want to do, you kind of lose track of the days because pretty much every day is like a holiday. Every day is like a Saturday. Every day is like a Sunday. So sometimes I do lose track because of that. And that's a good thing. In my opinion, it's a good thing. It's something definitely for you guys to aspire to, right? You definitely want to put yourself in a position where you control 100% of your time and whatever you do is what you do, right? That's what I recommend you guys get yourself to. A point where every day is a holiday. Every day is Saturday. Every day is the weekend, right? So that's where you want to get to. Not that you won't continue to keep yourself busy and challenge yourself and do things. You will. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to wake up on a Monday and treat it like it's a Saturday? Wouldn't it be nice to wake up on a Wednesday and treat it like it's the weekend? Wouldn't it be nice to just get up any day of the week and just go do whatever you want to do and not have to worry about how you're going to pay for it? Wouldn't that be nice? I'm telling you, man, that's the best world to be in. And again, you can have you can be a billionaire, or you can be a millionaire, or you can be a thousandaire. If you control 100% of your time, that's where the real wealth is, guys. When you control 100% of your time, that's the wealth. That's where the real wealth is. But in only way we get to control 100% of our time, we got to have assets. We got to be able to do what? Take money, put it in assets, and build wealth and get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's the only way we'll accomplish that. So if you're rocking with that, hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. If you rocking with that, let's get it. Let's go get this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's there. We're going to talk about some things today that reinforce and back that up, right? It's there. Do me a big favor, guys, as you come in here, consider a couple things for me. Number one, consider getting down to the description box and hitting that Instagram link. Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link is down in the description box. Consider hitting that for me, joining me on Instagram, giving me a follow on Instagram, and then sending me a DM to say hello and let me know you're rocking with me. That's the number one thing I want you guys to do for me. I got 3 things I need you to do for me or consider doing for me. That's number 1. Get down to the description box, click on the Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor, give me a follow on Instagram, and then send me a DM to say hello and let me know you're rocking with me. That's the first thing I ask you guys to consider doing for me. Second thing I ask you to consider doing for me, and more importantly, doing it for yourself really, is consider the Moo link down below in the description box. Consider that Moo link, the Moo offer, which is 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent 7 stocks. They're going to give you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent 7 stocks when you deposit $100 in your Moo account. They're going to give that to you. for free. And then you can take the $100 and start buying fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven or whatever investment you want to purchase. The goal here is to get yourself in the habit of putting money in your brokerage account and buying assets every single month for the next 10 years. That's the goal, right? Remember, we talked about wanting every day to be a holiday, wanting every day to be the weekend. You don't get that unless you build assets. And it starts with a world-class brokerage app like Moomoo. Now, again, guys, this is all my opinion. You may not agree with that, but I believe it's a world-class brokerage app that, and on top of being a world-class brokerage app, they're giving you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. How are you going to beat that, right? So get down in the description box, consider clicking on that Moomoo link, open up your new Moomoo account today, put you some money in it, get yourself 10 free fractional shares of 7 of the largest companies in the world and the top 7 companies in America. You're going to get those just by opening your Moomoo account and putting $100 in it. So let's rock and roll with that. The third thing I'm going to ask you guys to consider is going down to the description box, clicking on the website link, the Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website. It's down in the description box right under the Moomoo link. Guys, the website has been amazing. It's been up about a week and a half. We rolled it out April 15th. Today is what? April what? 24th? See, I lose track of the date too. Not just the days, guys. I lose track of the date. See, when you're at freedom and you control 100% of your time, you just lose track of a lot of that stuff. You just do. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock. It don't really matter to me because I control 100% of my time. There is nobody that calls me and says, hey, Richard, you got to do. No, I control 100% of my time. Anything I don't want to do, I don't do. That's where you should want to be. You should want to be in a situation in your life at some point where you control 100% of your time. My website was specifically built to help you do that. We have digital products on that website that you can make an investment in yourself and buy and control 100% of your time. Right? Just follow the blueprint. You can control 100% of your time. And we'll take you one step further. Not just the digital products, which are fantastic. Many of you have made an investment in yourself and grabbed yourself a couple of those digital products. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Many of you have taken it one step further and have joined the paid membership club, the Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Membership Club. So many of you guys have stepped up to the plate and said, you know something, Richard, I value you as a person in my gang of 5. You are in my gang of 5. And if I can get access to you for 90 minutes every single week via the membership club, the paid membership club, then that's an investment in myself I got to make. And many of you have stepped up to the plate and made that investment in yourself. And we're going to have a great time in the membership club. Anybody that's in the paid membership club right now can tell you I'm very active. Every morning, I'm sending out a positive message to my club members. I like to call them my extended family. I'm sending out a personal message to all of my club members, my extended family. Every morning I do that, and I'm gonna do that for 365 days a year. I'm not gonna miss one day where I'm not gonna get up in the morning and be deliberate and reach out to my folks and say, hey, here's something for you this morning. I hope it helps you have a wonderful, amazing, winning day. That's why I do it. So that's the first thing. You get that personal message from me every morning. Nobody else on YouTube ain't getting that. You're not getting it on YouTube because I don't put it on YouTube. It's only in the membership club. Now, if you're a part of my Facebook group, you'll see that too. But I got 2 groups. I got a Facebook group and I got the membership group, right? The membership group is totally different than the Facebook group. Facebook group was legacy, goes way back, right? But this group right here, and matter of fact, what I may start doing, here's what I may start doing to make it even more exclusive. I may not even do the Facebook post anymore. The only post that's coming out going forward, the only post that I'm going to be posting going forward is in the membership club. So that personal message is going to be exclusive to the membership club. Not going to get it on Facebook anymore. I'm not going to get it on Twitter. It's just going to be to the members in the membership club, because this thing is going to be exclusive. And like I said, on top of just a personal message and other little things that I do, and guess what? I respond to everybody's comments, everybody's questions in the membership club as well, every day. So if you send me a message and you're in the membership club, the paid membership club, then guess what? You know I'm responding. So you got a personal line to me every single day, right? Which is great. And then on top of that, you get the 90 minutes every week live stream with me and the other members in the membership club. So there you go, man. Go check out that website. Let me know what you think about it. Like I said, check out them digital products. Check out the membership club, right? Check out that link down in the description box for the Moo account. You get the 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, and then check out the Instagram page. Give me a follow, send me a DM, let me know you're rocking with me. And again, guys, here's the thing. I just want to explain something, because this has been irritating me a little bit. And I got to be 100 with y'all, right? I got to keep it 100. And if you like it, great. If you don't, you can go find you another channel to watch. This is my YouTube channel. And whatever I want to talk about on my YouTube channel, I'm going to talk about. So if I want to talk about Instagram, if I want to talk about my website, if I want to talk about Moo, if I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. Let's make this agreement. If you don't like what I'm talking about, leave. Find you another YouTube channel to watch. But I don't care. You can make as many comments as you want in the comment box about, hey, golly, why do you got to do this? Because it's my YouTube channel. If I want to talk about my website for 90 minutes on this YouTube channel, I'm going to do it. If you don't like it, find you a new YouTube channel. Please stay out of the comments complaining like a little baby. If you don't like my channel, don't watch. All these suggestions, well, why don't you put it in the back? I'm not putting anything in the back. I'm going to say whatever I want to say on my YouTube channel, guys. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but I'm sick and tired of the complaining. Just complain. Just a world full of complainers. If you don't like my channel, find another channel. I don't understand why that is so hard to grasp. Why do people think I'm going to come on my channel and you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it? When it's my channel, I paid the price to be here. See, I paid the price to be able to do this. I paid the price. If you don't like it, find another YouTube channel, guys. It's millions of them out there. Plenty of them. But this is my channel. If you don't like my intro where I'm going to talk about the things that I want to talk about, and then I'm going to spend another 90 to 100 minutes talking about financial stuff, but I'm going to take 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes to talk about what's on my agenda. No, you can't hear what's on my agenda. You just want me to satisfy you. Forget what I need. Just satisfy you. No, that's not how we're going to roll. If you want to watch my channel and get my opinion on the current financial condition of our economy, interest rates, stocks, crypto, you name it, if you want that from me on a daily basis, guess what? This is a give and take. This is not just a take. It's a give and take. It's a win-win. So get used to that, because I'm going to do it every day. So if you don't like the intro, then guess what? Come into the live stream 20 minutes late or 30 minutes late. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm sick and tired of the complaining all the time. Let's stop complaining so much. And just, if you don't like the channel, leave. It's that simple. See, I don't watch YouTube channels that I don't like. Why would I sit up here and watch someone's YouTube channel that I don't like, or I don't want to hear what they got to say? I don't want them to ever talk about the things they want to talk about that benefits them and benefits me. I don't want them to talk about that. I just want them to talk about what I want them to talk about. No, that means you start your own YouTube channel and you can talk about what you want to then, but not on this channel. This channel is directed at people who understand a win-win scenario. I give out free information that can help you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's what I do. And then I'm gonna sprinkle in some things that are important to me too. My website is important to me. Right. That's important to me. Me helping people to get to financial freedom through the Moo app, that's important to me. Do I get compensated for it? Yes. You happy? But most people know that. Guys, I'm not on here saying I'm not compensated. I get compensated, but I paid the price to get compensated because you're here. So if you wasn't getting value, you wouldn't be here, right? My goodness. Sorry, guys. I know 99% of y'all are rocking with me and know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that 1% that just want to be negative Nancy's every single day in the comments. Negative Nancy's every single day. Blah, blah, blah. Why can't you do this? Why can't you do... Start your YouTube channel and there you go. See, problem solved. Now you can do it however you want to do it. You can do it however you want to do it. And again, 99% of y'all know that and rock with me, and I get it, guys. So I apologize that I'm throwing out this blanket thing like I'm not talking to the guys that understand this and that rock with me. The gals and the guys who rock with me know that I have your best interest at heart. But that doesn't mean I can't have my best interest at heart too. I want to have both of our best interests at heart. Is that okay? Is it okay for me to be able to talk about some things that I want to talk about and talk about the things that are important to you? Can we do both? I think we can. And if you don't like it, scram. All right, let's move on. Here we go. Let's start off with the debt worries are on the rise. So here's the thing, guys. Americans are starting to feel the pinch. They're starting to get worried about the consumer debt as it continues to escalate. It's starting to be a problem. So here's a recent study from the Federal Reserve. See, again, oh, that's just clickbait. No, it's not, guys. I'm telling you exactly what the Federal Reserve is saying about consumer debt. Just pay attention. Here's what it's saying. A recent Federal Reserve study finds that consumers are increasingly worried about job security, debt, and rising inflation. Let's keep moving through this thing. As the economic landscape continues to shift, consumers find themselves at the crossroads of financial insecurity. The latest insights from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's March survey of consumer expectations sheds light on consumer concerns regarding debt, job security, and inflation. Here are the key findings from the survey. In terms of inflation, consumers maintain a consistent outlook for the next year, with median expectations for change holding firm at 3%. So when the Federal Reserve of New York goes out and does this survey, right, across the country, talk to consumers, just like you and me, and ask them about inflation. What do you think? What do you think about inflation? Most people are saying, you know something, we think it's going to be sticky and it's going to stay at 3%. See, now the Fed, though, wants it at 2%. But most people that they're surveying, most Americans think, nah, 3%. And I've been saying all along, the new normal is 3%. That's my belief. That's the new normal. We may never get this thing down to 2%. We may never get inflation down to 2% again. Just saying. However, expectations for 3 years ahead have seen a notable uptick, reaching 2.9 from February to 2.7. So they're thinking over the long haul, not next year, but over the long haul, it could come down slightly. Conversely, expectations for 5 years out have decreased to 2.6 to 2.9, indicating a mixed sentiment about the long-term trajectory of prices. Guys, you didn't hear anything about 2%, did you? You heard 2.9, 2.7, 5 years out. You didn't hear anything about 2%. So nobody believes, even in 5 years, it'll be at 2%. Now again, guys, that could all change. It could be way off. But this is what people are thinking right now, right? That could change, but right now, this is what people are thinking. 2.6 is the lowest inflation we'll get over the next 5 years. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to wait and see. So here's the thing, indicating a mixed sentiment about the long-term trajectory of prices. Notably, the survey highlights rising costs for essentials. What are essentials, guys? Those are the basic things you need to live. That's what essential is, right? With anticipated price increases for gas, food, and rent, amplifying the financial strain on households. I've already told you guys in recent videos, recent live streams, over the last, I want to say, I think since the pandemic, prices of our goods and services, when compounded, have went up like 18%. Your wages have went up about 4%. So the prices of our goods and services have went up 4 times higher than your wages. If you're not concerned about that, you should be. I'm just telling you, if you're not concerned about it. See, a lot of us believe there's some magical thing that's going to happen at some point, and eggs are going to come back down to $1.99 a dozen. A lot of us believe that. A lot of us believe there's some magical thing out there that's going to happen, and all of this stuff going to come back down. No, it's not. The new normal is whatever eggs are today. That's the new normal. They're not going to go back down to what they were in pre-pandemic. Whatever the price of milk is today, it only goes up from here. It does not go back down to what milk was per gallon at the pandemic, during the pandemic, before it's not, guys. Those prices are there. They just continue to go up. Now, here's the change. They may not go up as fast, but they don't go back down in price. They stay where they're at today, and they just don't go up as fast. That's how you control inflation. Inflation is done. Prices are done, right? Whatever milk is today, inflation had already put it there, and it's done. It don't go back the other way. What happens is when you bring inflation down, where prices are today, they just don't go up as fast. They just don't go up as fast. They don't go down the other way. Oh, golly, I'm going to wait because I'm not going to buy eggs until they get back down to $1.99 a dozen. Well, they're never going to get back to $1.99 a dozen. Right? Wherever they're at today, they're going to be there. And they're just going to move slower up. See, here's how inflation works, guys. I don't even know what a dozen eggs is, to be honest with y'all, because I don't really eat eggs like that. Right? So I don't even know what they cost. But let's say hypothetically, because I know somebody gonna get it. Oh, the eggs don't cost no $5.99, they're $2.99. I mean, I know that's coming. So let me just, for the chat, I don't know what eggs cost, but I'm using a hypothetical here. Let's say eggs are $4.99 today. Right? If we can get inflation to 2%, that means the $4.99 goes up by 2% every year. If inflation stays at 3%, the $4.99 goes up 3%. The $4.99 goes 5%. The $4.99, 9%. That's what inflation does. The $4.99 doesn't go back down to $1.99 or $2.99 where it was before the pandemic. That's not happening. That's all I'm telling you. So how do you combat that? Since prices are not going to come back down, what do you need to do? You need to make more money. That's what you got to do. You got to get your money game keeping up with inflation. So if inflation went up 18% since the pandemic, basically 4 years, guess what? You better get your money game up 18%. Matter of fact, you got to get your money game up higher than 18%. Your money game should be like 25%, 30%. Why? Because you're trying to invest to build wealth. If I only get my money game up 18% and prices went up 18%, I still got no money to invest. Prices went up 18, money went up 18. It's a wash. Money got to go up 25 or 30, so then I can pay the 18. I can take the 25 minus the 18. What's that? 6. Now I got about 6% of my salary I can invest. That's how you got to be thinking about this thing. Because you got to understand, guys, prices are not coming down. I don't know why we think they are, but they're not. They're not. I try to tell y'all guys, I went in to get me a little thing of fruit from the grocery store. I used to buy these things for $8.50, $9. I mean, they're just cut up fruit, right? I don't want to sit here and take an hour and cut up all this fruit. I ain't about all that, right? I'd rather just pay for it already cut up. That's the kind of guy I am. I ain't trying to sit here for 30 minutes and cut up no fruit. I'd rather just get it cut up at the grocery store and buy it and bring it home. And I'm good to go, right? My time is valuable. I ain't got time to be cutting up no fruit. So here's the thing. I go into the grocery store and I used to buy this fruit for like $8.50, maybe $9, $9.25, something like that. Let me tell you something, guys. Over the last couple of months, these people have skyrocketed that fruit. That doggone fruit went from like $8.50, $9.50, depending upon how the weight of it. But it's in the same bowl though, right? These people now want like $12 and $13 for the same fruit little bowl. Insanity, right? But guess what? When you got the cash for convenience, you can do that. So I still buy it because it's convenient. I got the cash, I buy it. My point is, if I'm gonna sit back and say, you know something, I ain't eating no more fruit from y'all until y'all bring the fruit back down to $9.50, I ain't gonna eat no more fruit. Not if I want it prepared for me at the grocery store. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna get it because it's not coming back down. That's the new normal now. So if I'm gonna buy fruit from my grocery store that's already pre-cut up and ready to go, so I don't have to spend time cutting it up, guess what? I'm gonna have to pay the 12 or 13 bucks. They're not bringing it back down to 8 or 9 no more. That's done, gone, kaput. So all I'm telling you is anybody out here who's waiting on these prices to come down, guys, it's not gonna happen. Oh, could it come down a few pennies, up a few pennies? Could it come down 10 cents, up to? Yeah, but if you're talking about $2 full, wherever eggs are today, they come in. No, dog, that ain't gonna happen. So like I'm telling you, what you gotta do to combat all that is you got to get your money game up. See, a lot of people don't got their money game up. Their money game up 4%, but your groceries up 18%. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist, guys. You do not have to have a Nobel Peace Prize in mathematics. You don't. If your increase in wages is 4%, but your groceries rent up 18%, come on, guys. You got to understand at some point, you got to skimp on something. Something can't get paid. Something can't get purchased. Right? So let's keep moving on, because this study is interesting, but I like to give you guys my little 2 cents as we go through it though. So hopefully you'll bear with me. Like they said, cost of your essentials with anticipated price increases for gas, food, rent, amplifying the financial strain on households. It's a big strain on households, guys. It's a huge strain on households. People are having to try and pick and choose what they buy now when they go to the grocery store. Especially if you bring your kids along with you, you know they want to throw everything in the buggy because they have no concept of, honey, we can't get 2 boxes of Frosty Flakes. We got to get 1 box of Frosty Flakes and let them last, because Frosty Flakes cost $6, $7 a box. Go back and look at pre-pandemic what Frosty Flakes cost. Tony the Tiger. Go take a look at them Tony the Tiger Frosty Flakes. Now, I don't eat that. That's a little outside of my dietary situation. But I'm just saying, I know kids, they kind of like that kind of stuff, right? The kind of cereal my daughter likes as a teenager, it's not cereal I can eat because it's got too much stuff in it. But she likes them. She's a little athlete. She burns a lot of calories. She's in good shape. She likes them. So I get them for her. but they're expensive. Even for a cat like me who can afford it, they're expensive. It's just crazy. That's why I'm thinking, I don't know how some people can go in the grocery store. I can't go in the grocery store on my little light diet, guys. I go to the grocery store on just for me. Just my little light diet that I eat, and I don't eat a bunch of stuff. I can't come out of there. I go every week. Matter of fact, I go to the grocery store almost every day. And I see the prices continue to go up. And I know they're going up because I buy the same stuff. And I've been buying the same stuff for 4 years since I retired. I buy the same stuff, so I know when they go up in price because I buy the same thing. It's crazy. Orange juice, organic orange juice. It was like $4.99. It's now $6.49. $2 full dollars. I'm just telling you. So here we go. Amidst these economic shifts, concerns about job security have escalated. The survey reports that a notable increase in the perceived probability of job loss over the next 12 months, surpassing pre-pandemic levels. So now people are starting to panic about the job thing. Now people are starting to think, oh my God, whoo, these prices of groceries done went up, my rent went up, gas is, up and down. Y'all know how gas works. 1 month it's up, next month it come down a little bit. But overall, gas has went up since the pandemic too. Now all of a sudden we starting to run into a situation where people are starting to worry about what? The inevitable. What if I lose my job? What if they fire me? What if I get sick and I can't work? Things are already tight. We got everybody in the household that can working and contributing. And we're still struggling. Now people are starting to say, what if something happens to the job? The mean perceived probability of losing one's job in the next 12 months increased by 1.2% to 15.7%. So 15.7% of the people surveyed are having heartburn around job loss. That's an increase. This is above the pre-pandemic levels and the highest reading since September 2020, the Fed reported. See, this ain't some crazy, lunatic publication coming out with these. This is the Federal Reserve, guys. I keep telling y'all, this is the Federal Reserve. This is the central bank of the United States of America, the most powerful central bank in the world, giving you these statistics about the American people. Pay attention, guys. Please pay attention. The apprehension is compounded by stagnant growth in household income. I just told you guys, groceries went up by 18%. Your income went up by 4% if you were lucky. That's stagnant growth. When your goods and services grow faster than your wages, that's a problem. That's a problem. It don't catch up to you till it catch up to you, but it will catch up to you. It's a problem. It's a problem. It is a huge problem. But how do you rectify that problem? Multiple streams of income. So if we're sitting around, right? If we go to our primary job, we're done on that primary job. And if we're coming home and doing unproductive activities, watching TV, surfing the web, right? Whatever you do that don't put no money in your pocket. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, I don't do anything. I'm working all. No, you're not. No, you're not. Trust me. Nobody works 24 hours a day. So when you're coming home, feeling like you put in a good day's work, think about this. Whatever your primary salary is, your groceries are going up at 18%, and not many of us are going to get a 4% raise. I guarantee you, many of us are not going to get a 4% raise in 2024. Many of us aren't, guys. Let's just keep it real. The average family in the United States makes $75,000 a year. That's the average family. If you're a black family, you make less than 50. These ain't my statistics, guys. You go out on a $1 trillion research lab and look them up for yourself. You don't have to believe me. Go look them up for yourself. So if you're coming home and you're doing unproductive activities, you're doing consumer activities. See, when we get off of our primary way we make money, when we leave that primary way we make money, and we have this free time, we can be consumers or we can be what? Producers. Consumers, producers, right? If I want to make sure I'm not affected by this, I need to be more of a producer. I need to come up with some additional streams of income. I got to come up with multiple streams of income. I can't just have a primary income anymore, guys. We're not going to make it. You got to have multiple levels of income. You got to. You got to. That's how you defeat this thing. That's the solution. Whether you like it or not, that's the solution. You got to make more money. And then when you make more money, you got to keep yourself on a budget. See, here's the thing, what most people do. They make more money, but guess what they do? They spend more money. You can't do that. You got to make more money, but don't spend any more than you're spending right now. But make more. Let's say the average family is making 75. Y'all get out there and get yourself up to 125. But keep the expenses where they already were. But that's what people want to do. Most people want to increase the 125, but they also want to take the expenses to 125 as well. Can't do that. You got to increase the income, but you got to keep the expenses where they're at. And then that difference between the increased income and the level expenses, you take the difference from that, and that's what you invest in your emergency fund, in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow fund. That's what you got to do, guys. That's what you got to do. I'm telling you, there is no other answer. Ain't nobody going to knock on your door. Knock on the door. Who was that at the door? I ain't expecting nobody. Let me go see. Oh, hey, Mr. Fain, how you doing? I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing? What are you doing here? Well, sir, it's your lucky day. What do you mean, sir? It's my lucky day. Oh, it's your lucky day. We have a check for you. What? For me? How much? It's $1 million. Oh my goodness, $1 million. Are you kidding me? Is this candid camera? Are y'all trying to prank me? Where the cameras at? Where y'all trying? No, I ain't trying to prank you, Mr. Fain. Here's $1 million. No, that's not gonna happen for you guys. It's not gonna happen for me either. Nobody gonna do that. So you're gonna have to take the bull by the horns, create you some multiple streams of income. Don't spend that multiple streams of income on silly stuff, making someone else wealthy, but put it in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow fund. So if you do hit a hiccup in the road, guess what? You got a nice fat pot of gold at the end of the rainbow fund you can dip into to get yourself out of any trouble you get into. And at some point, you can own 100% of your time. There you go. Let's keep moving, and then we're going to wrap this one up, and then we're going to move on to the next one. We got another big one to talk about as well. While median expected income, this is even worse than I said earlier, guys. I'm sorry, I'm slurping. I know that triggers some of y'all. My apologies for my slurping. While median expected income growth remains unchanged at 3.1%. I told y'all, they're saying only 3.1% in income growth. 3.1%. Now, how in the world can I function and make it in this world at 3.1% income growth when inflation is higher than that? Core inflation is 3.8%? And I got a growth of 3.1? Spending growth expectations have dipped to 5%, signaling potential financial strain as expenses outpace earnings. Just saying. Telling you what the Federal Reserve study came out with. This ain't Richard Fain's study. This is the Federal Reserve, the central bank. This is their study, not my study. And they got the information from everyday Americans, not the 1%, regular people like you and me, not the uber wealthy. Oh, they went to the uber wealthy. No, they didn't. They ain't surveyed no uber wealthy. They surveyed regular folk just like me and you to get this information. One of the most concerning trends highlighted by the survey is the growing apprehension around debt. Consumers express heightened worries about their ability to meet minimum debt payments, with the average perceived probability of missing payments reaching its highest level in 4 years. Didn't I tell y'all earlier what happens is you got to choose. See, when my goods and services go up by 18%, but my salary only goes up by 3.1%, let's say 4%. Now I gotta pick and choose what I pay. First of all, I gotta take care of the essentials. So I gotta pay rent, gotta pay the mortgage, gotta buy food, right? Gotta take care of gasoline for the old car. So I gotta take care of those. Now, after I get past my essentials, if I got anything left, then I got to stack up the debts. Credit card debt, car loan debt, student loan debt, personal loan debt. What they call that thing that people be going to, payday loan debt, where you go to the payday place and they charge you 400% and they give you a little money up front and then they got access to your checking account. They get paid before you get paid. As soon as the money comes in your checking account is gone. Yeah, you got to pay them too. So all of them in line trying to get paid, right? All of these creditors are in line trying to get paid after you've paid your essentials or taking care of your essentials. Problem is you ain't got enough left. Your essentials have went up 18%. Your food, your shelter, your gas, all utilities, everything done shot up 18%. So now you got less money. Now these creditors are in line. People are starting to freak out because they can't pay them. They can't pay them. They can't pay them. One of the most concerning trends highlighted by the survey is the growing apprehension surrounding debt. Consumers express heightened worries about their ability to meet minimum debt payments, with the average perceived probability of missing payments reaching its highest level in 4 years. The trend is particularly pronounced among respondents aged 40 to 60 and those with incomes below 50 grand. Underscoring the breadth of financial anxiety across demographic groups. So here's the deal, guys. And I've told you this before. This channel is about what? Identifying the problem, but then giving you a solution. See, we've identified the problems. We've identified the problems. This channel is about identifying problems, but giving you solutions. Now, whether you want to take those solutions or not, that's on you. My job is to do what? Identify the problem. And my job here is to provide you solutions. That's my job in this win-win relationship that we have. In this win-win financial relationship, you guys support me, but I support you. The way I support you is by giving you data and then giving you solutions to solve that data problem. That's the give and take we got here, right? So I've already told you what you need to do when it comes to 18% increase in your goods and services and then your 4% increase in your salary. Matter of fact, it was 3.1% based on the study, right? What did I tell you or recommend that you do? Get your multiple streams of income. I don't care if you got to drive Lyft. I don't care if you got to drive Uber, DoorDash. I don't care if you got to create an Etsy store, eBay store, Amazon store. I don't care if you got to put an ad on Craigslist. I don't care if you got to put an ad on Facebook. Whatever you got to do. You do what you got to do to get you some multiple streams of income. Nobody's going to hold your hand and walk you through everything it is to set up an Etsy store. That's not how it works. All you got to do is get onto the $1 trillion research lab and type in, how do I start an Etsy store? That's all you got to type in. Hit the search button. A gazillion things are going to come up that will aid you and assist you in opening an Etsy store. But we don't want that. Most of us don't want that. We want the whole world to hold our hand and say, no, here's step A. Let me show you a picture of step A. This is what you got to do. Here's step B. Let me show you what you got to do. Here's step C. See, this is what we're waiting on. The problem is no one's going to do that. And the people that tell you they're going to do it, they're lying to you to get your little money from you. No one's going to do that. You got to get out here and do it yourself with assistance. Now, hey, guess what? Go to the $1 trillion research lab. You type in, how do I start an Etsy store online? Better yet, guess what? If you want to start an online store, go to our website. I got an ebook on the website, a digital product that walks you exactly through how to start an online business. But we don't want to hear that. What do you mean I got to pay $19.99 for that? I don't want to do that. Then don't. Go to the $1 trillion research lab and do it yourself. That's all you got to do. See, we have assistance, but we don't want that assistance if it comes and I got to pay for something to get it. Especially if I got to pay for it and then read it myself and do it. No, I'll be more than willing to pay you 10 times what that costs if you do it all for me. That's what we'll pay for. I don't want to learn how to repair my own credit. I want somebody else to do it, and I'll pay them 15 times more than what I would have had to pay, which would have been zero if I did it myself. That's where we're at in this country. We don't want to do anything ourselves. We want to pay somebody to do it, money that we don't have. And then when somebody scams us, and I'm not saying this is a blanket across everybody. I know some people had good intentions that got scammed, and I'm sorry. But a lot of us get scammed because we're looking for shortcuts. That's the real truth. I know people are not going to agree with that and not going to like me saying that. But a lot of us get scammed because we're looking for shortcuts. We're a nation of people looking for shortcuts. Guys, there is no shortcut to financial freedom. I keep telling y'all this all the time. There is no short. If it was one, I would have found it over these last 30 years. I'd have found a shortcut. What I found was there wasn't a shortcut. I just had to put in the work. There wasn't no shortcut. So, solution, get your income up, get your multiple streams of income, find you something that you already enjoy doing, and then turn it into an income stream. I don't care what it is. Whatever you enjoy doing, you can turn it into an income stream. Right? So that's number one thing you can do. Create more income through multiple streams of income. Right? Plenty of tools on my website to help you do that. Plenty of tools on the $1 trillion research lab that you can go and do it yourself. The only thing my website does is helps you collapse time frames, and it puts the information right there in front of you. As opposed to you having to go out to the $1 trillion research lab and do it all yourself. It's going to take you longer. But you can do that. So you got two choices. $1 trillion research lab, Richard Fame Millionaire Mentor website. Or you can book a 1-hour session with me, paid session, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about and collapse more time. That's up to you. I've given you 3 options. Website, $1 trillion research lab, one-on-one call with me for an hour, but you pay for it. See, I've given you 3. So that's called a solution. That's what we would call a solution to a problem, right? So there's your solution to that problem. Now, what's the solution to the debt problem? I've given you a solution to the income problem. What's the solution to the debt problem? First thing I would do, and I know this is not going to be popular, everything I own that has value associated with it, that is not essential to life, I would sell it. And I know you ain't going to want to hear that, but it's the truth. Everything that I own that has any value associated that is not deemed essential to me living, I would sell it and create cash. That means Gucci handbags, Michael Jordan tennis shoes, extra cars, overpriced cars that you're buying, Pokemon collection, PS5, whatever, whatever. Oh, I got a Star Wars DVD collection that's 50 years old. It got $2,000-3,000 worth of value. Sell it. Everything that is not essential to life, you need to sell and create some cash and pay down this debt. But we don't want to hear that. Oh, you can do the snowball or the avalanche. Forget all that crap. All you got to do is sell this crap that you have that you don't need, that has value associated with it. Take that money, pay down this debt. Stop going out to eat. Stop going out to eat. Stop going to get your hair cut or your hair done. Stop going to get your nails done, your toes done. Stop getting massages. Stop going out to happy hour. Stop going shopping to the mall. Stop surfing the web on Amazon and paying for all this Amazon Prime and paying for all these streaming services. Stop. That is none of that crap is essential to life. None of it. What's essential to life? Food. Go to the grocery store, buy your food, bring it home, cook it. That's essential to life. Shelter. Not overpriced shelter, not shelter that takes 50% of my salary every month because I'm trying to live in this big old gigantic house. No, that's not essential to life. Me driving around in a car that I got a $600, $700, $800, $900 car payment. I saw something on Instagram where somebody got a $1,400 a month Tahoe payment for an SUV. $1,400 a month. How in the world, if you in the building stage of wealth, you around here driving a car for $1,400 a month? Are you kidding me? But this is what we do. This is what we do. So if we're serious about solutions, that's the solution. Everything I have in my home, on my possession, in my attic, in my basement, in my garage, in my storage unit that I've had for 10 years, that I've been paying $100 a month on for a storage unit with a bunch of crap in it. I mean, what in the world do I need with a storage unit? I got a house or an apartment. What do I need a storage unit for unless I'm making money off of the storage unit? It's one thing if I got a storage unit and it's my hustle and my side hustle and I'm getting paid, that's one thing. But if I got a storage unit, a bunch of crap that I'm paying $100 a month for, ain't putting no money in my pocket, taking money out of my pocket, I don't get that. What the hell do I need a storage unit for if I ain't, for what? This is what I'm saying, guys. See, that's the solution. The solution is make more money, get rid of all this stuff that you don't need, and pay off this debt. Oh, I got a car that I'm paying $700 a month car payment, but I can't pay my student loan, or I can't pay my, I can't afford to do this. I can't afford. Why would you have a car with a $700 car payment? What do you need that for? I'm just saying, guys. I mean, if we want to be honest with each other and keep it 100, let's keep it 100. I'm just telling you. This is how you got to get out of this. The Federal Reserve is telling you what's happening here, and either we can pay attention to them or we don't have to pay attention to them. You can kick the can down the road. But at some point, you're going to run out of road. At some point, you're going to run out of road, and you ain't going to have no road to kick the can down. You're going to run out of road. You better get your income up. Stop taking your free time and being a consumer. Sitting around watching TV and surfing the web and all kind of unproductive stuff. Turn that into what? Production. Turn that into a second income, third income, fourth income. I should be constantly always trying to figure out how to level up my income every day. When I get up in the morning, I should be thinking about, okay, going to the primary, got to get him 8 hours. I get that. But after I give him them 8 hours, I'm going to slide to the crib, have a little bit of time with the fam, and then boom, I'm on the side hustle. That's what we should be doing. And if you got grown kids in your house, I'm talking about 18 years or older, grown, they need to be contributing. in my opinion. Ain't no grown kids living in my house that don't work and contribute. I don't care how much money I got. Promise you that. I don't even play that because my mama didn't play that. She didn't play that. So I ain't playing it. Y'all letting your kids get away. You think you're teaching them something, you're crippling them. You're crippling them. You're not teaching them this real world out here that nobody cares one thing about them. So babysit them all you want. You're not helping them. You're not helping them. Not for this real world you ain't. It's a real world out there that cares nothing about them. So you babysitting them, they 18, 19, 20, 25 years old, babysitting them. Oh, honey, don't worry about it. I got it. Okay. You ain't gonna be here forever. They're gonna get out in that real world at some point. And I hope they're prepared. I hope they're prepared. I hope they're prepared. My point is, anybody in your household that's over the age of 18 should be contributing. And if they're not, you need to have a come to Jesus with them. You need to have a come to Jesus conversation with them if they're not. Because you're not doing them any favors. Well, you're not doing them any favors, guys. I'm telling you, you're not doing them any favors. So I was 13 years old when I had that come to Jesus talk with my mama. 13. See, you're gonna do it my way or you're getting out. That was a pretty cut and dry come to Jesus right there. You gonna do it my way or you out of here, buddy. And so you know me, I'm spody, I'm 13, I'm from the hood, so I'm thinking, shoot, I'm out of here then. I dipped. 13 years old, I dipped. Go to my grandma's house. Guess what? She had the same mentality. I went from my mama's house thinking I'm gonna go to my grandma's house and it was gonna be different. It was even tougher over at my grandma's house. Yes, it was. But you know, I learned something though. And my mom did that because she knew. See, this is old school though. See, this is old school teaching. Right now in this new world we live in, we want to just babysit and call. They could be 30, 35 years old, still living at home, no direction in life, ain't done. See, old school, it was like when you go to your parents at old school, I'm 13. Listen, mom, I ain't doing that. Okay, guess what? If you don't do it, get out. I'm 13, guys. But you know something? I learned something from that. Because guess what? I left. I digress, but let me just finish this and I'm going to get back. So I leave at 13. Before I knew it, I was in a juvenile detention center. Just like that. Out there trying to hustle, do my little thing, boom, land up in the juvenile detention center. And guess who had to come out and save me? That same lady. Yeah, that same lady who put me out had to come get me. All I'm telling you guys, you're not doing them any favors. Please, educate your kids. Teach them about this real world and force them to become adults. I'm talking about 18 and older. I ain't talking about kids when they grown, and I look at grown as 18. So that's what you got to pass on to them. Let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about one of the biggest pieces of debt that we have right now in this country. We're going to talk about that real quick, and then we're going to move on. We're going to finish up with a little bit of stock market news, and then we'll finish up with NVIDIA. Here's the headline. Americans have racked up $1 trillion in credit card debt. That's actually okay. Okay, let's read on. Americans racked up a record amount of credit card debt in 2023, soaring past $1 trillion. But a mass retrenching in consumer spending, the main driver of the U.S. economy, is unlikely this year, according to economists. Workers are still commanding robust wage gains. Okay, what's robust? 4%? But your goods and services going up 18%? Okay, I guess if that's what you want to call robust. Wage gains. The stock market is on solid footing. Well, it hasn't been for the last week or so. It's been in a sell-off mode the last week or so. Attitudes toward the economy have improved. Well, not according to the Federal Reserve study I just shared with you. See, this is what I'm telling you guys. You got people out here who have different opinions on what's going on. Different opinion. I just read you something from the Fed. The Fed, who's saying something totally different than this, right? Totally different. Workers are still commanding robust wage gains. What, 4%? The stock market is on solid footing. Attitudes towards the economy have improved dramatically in recent months, and consumers spend at a healthy clip during the holidays. But see, you pay the price for that, right? You pay the price for that. Credit card debt has indeed surged in nominal terms, but after adjusting for inflation, it's nearly 20% below a peak it reached in late 2008. Listen, man, $1.3 trillion is $1.3 trillion. I don't care what you want to play around with inflation and all this other goofy stuff people do. It's still $1.3 trillion. Highest level it's ever been in the history of the United States. I don't care what these guys say. You can adjust it for whatever you want to adjust it for. That's just a way to get y'all to keep spending. See, that's what this article is. But I need to share them all with you so that you understand the trap. See, this is a trap. This is a trap that's being put out there by the 1% through their propaganda machine called the media. This was a story by CNN Business Economy. Who in the hell gonna come out and say $1.3 trillion in credit card debt is nominal when adjusted for inflation is a good thing? Who's gonna say that? Come on, guys. This is just a trap to get you spending. Keep spending, guys. It ain't as bad as you think it is. I know it says 1.3 trillion, but no, when we throw inflation in there, it's lower than it was in 2008. Just all propaganda, man. But you got to understand this and know what it is so that you don't fall for the trap, right? Consumers still have, it's nearly below the peak it reached in 2008, according to whatever this study is. Americans also seem equipped to deal with their balances, economists said. Consumers still have a lot of money left over to be able to spend. So the credit card data is often misinterpreted. Let me ask y'all this in the chat. How many of y'all got money left over to spend when it comes to taking care of your necessities and your essentials? How much y'all got a lot of money left over? Because according to this guy, consumers still have a lot of money left over to be able to spend. I'm not sure. Like I said, he may be talking about this 1% boom economy. He can't be talking about this other economy down here that most people living in. He can't be. He can't. The dollar value of credit card debt is at an all-time high, but so is population, employment, and consumer income. Here's what's going on with credit cards. Credit card debt hit a fresh nominal high of 1.13 trillion for October through December, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The issue with those figures is that they don't factor in about 55% of borrowers repay their balances in full each month, Price said. New York's Fed staff noted that limitations of the data in a blog post. According to LendingTree, analysts for more than 350,000 credit reports, the average unpaid credit card balance is $6,864. Overall, U.S. household debt, including credit card balances, rose to a new high of 17.5 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2003, up 1.2% from the prior 3-month period. Considering the broader picture, the U.S. job market remains solid and wage growth is beating inflation. That's crap. It's not. When you compound inflation, it's not beating. It's not beating. But this is the kind of crap you got to be careful with, guys. You got to be careful with this kind of stuff. You do. You just got to be careful with it, man. This credit card debt thing is poison. But yet and still, they're going to try to rationalize it so that you guys can continue to go out and spend. Why? Because that's what the 1% want you to do. They want you to rationalize you having almost $7,000 worth of credit card debt, because that's what the average American has. They want to throw at you that 55% of Americans pay their balances in full. Well, if that's the key, why do we have $1.3 trillion in credit card debt? Why is that the highest level it's ever been in the history of the world? I don't know. See, this is what I'm trying to understand. If 55% of Americans pay their balances in full, why is it $1.3 trillion in credit card debt? I don't know. Yet and still, they're trying to tell us your wages are outpacing inflation. But if you look at it, the real inflation, when you compound inflation, it's not. It's not. It's not outpacing. But you take that information and do with it what you want. My point is this. If you have credit card debt, back to what I said about all consumer debt, you need to get it paid off. Period. You're at 22 to 25% interest rate on that $7,000 you got in credit card debt. My recommendation is retire it. Retire it. Get out of this credit card debt. It's not something that you want to be in, guys. Not long term. We already know the Federal Reserve is going to keep rates higher for longer. Now, will we get some type of reduction this year? I think we will at some point. Maybe towards third quarter, fourth quarter. But as of right now, they're not considering reducing rates in their May meeting, which is coming April 30, and May 1st, which is next week. It's next Tuesday and Wednesday. The Fed will be meeting. They're not going to reduce rates in that meeting. Then they'll meet again, I believe, I think they'll meet again in June. But it's not expected that they will even consider decreasing until third or fourth quarter this year. So that pushes us out to what? July, August, September, October, November, December. So that pushes us out if they're not going to think about reducing until third or fourth quarter. So we still got a set of months here. We still got we still got all of the second quarter to go, which includes April, May, and June. Right? So no reduction. In my opinion, what we should be doing, since we know that, we should be doing everything we can to reduce our debt. Selling everything we can, getting multiple streams of income, creating cash, discipline ourselves not to spend that cash, but take that cash and pay off this credit card debt. People often ask me, well, Richard, what would you do? Pay off the credit card debt or invest? I'd pay off the credit card debt, especially if you got a 20, 22, 25% interest rate on that credit card debt. I would pay that off first because that's just like you giving yourself a 20 to 25% return on your money. If I'm paying 22% interest to a credit card company, and let's say I got a $7,000 balance, and I'm paying them 22% interest compounded daily. I'm paying that to the credit card company. This is the interest that I'm paying them on the $7,000 in credit card debt. It makes more sense for me to take $7,000 out of my savings where I'm getting what? A 5% return. Oh, Richard, I got $10,000 in my money market and I'm getting a great interest rate of 5%. Do you think it's right for me to take that money and pay off my credit card? Why wouldn't you? You're getting 5% over here. You're paying them 22%. Again, guys, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist. You're losing money every month. I'd rather take the $7,000 and pay off a 22% interest rate, especially if I'm only making 5% in the money market, right? So if you got reserves, guys, take those. Not your emergency fund. I'm not talking about your emergency fund. If you got reserves outside of your emergency fund, I don't take my emergency fund and pay off no credit cards, no car loan, no nothing. That emergency fund is for when if I come into a financial bind and I got no income coming in, this is all I got to take care of my essentials. Credit card debt ain't no essential. Car loan debt is no essential. Student loan debt is not an essential. They get paid when they get paid if I run into a financial problem. Sorry. I'm going to feed myself, I'm going to shelter myself, and I'm going to provide some transportation for me to get to work. Those three things I'm going to do. This credit card and all this other stuff over here, guys, I love you. I'm going to be back to you shortly, but I got to put you on pause for right now. I got to take care of my essentials. I done lost my job. I got sick. Once I get back on my feet, I'll take you off pause. But until I get back on my feet, pause. I ain't accepting no phone calls from you, nothing. Pause. Once I get back on my feet, get my situation right, I take you off of pause. I start communicating with you. I'll pay you. But that's it. That's how it works in the real world. You take it like you want to take it. But my point is, get yourself out of this consumer debt. Get yourself out of this credit card debt. Get yourself in a financial position where you can start investing to build wealth. That's what it's going to take, guys. You got to do that. You got to do that. How do you do that again? You got to make more income. We have to make more income. And then we have to take care of that additional income that we make. We can't make more income and spend more income. We got to make more income, spend less income, and take the difference and invest it. Right? That's what we got to do to avoid any of this stuff I talked about. That's how we avoid it all. We follow those 7 millionaire mindset habits. Discipline ourselves, be consistent, be patient, live on less than what we make, live on a plan, which is a personal budget, stay out of consumer debt, and save and invest. Now, if we follow those 7 millionaire mindset habits, that's what we'll do. We will keep ourselves out of the financial weeds, right? Well, let's move on and let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite companies in the world. One of my companies that I believe I'm going to have an opportunity to double my net worth over the next 7 years by investing in this company. Just a disclosure. I'm not telling you you got to invest in this company. I'm not telling you that anything. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Whatever you decide to do, that's on you. That's not on Richard Fain. I'm just telling you what I believe this company is going to do for me and my net worth over the next 10 years. And I'm a ride or die. I'm a ride or die. NVIDIA will soar 21% to $1,000 a share as its new AI chip slams would-be rivals, Morgan Stanley says. It's among 10 stocks set to surge. I've been telling y'all all along. Now, this is, again, guys, this is not me trying to convince you of anything. This is an opinion channel. I'm giving you my opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, that's on you. I've been telling you guys all along, these folks, NVIDIA, they go into $1,000 a share. I've been telling y'all that. They go into $1,000 a share, I'm telling you. They're coming out with their fiscal year first quarter earnings in May. I'm telling you, if they beat expectations, that's the first catalyst to push the stock to $1,000 a share. If they beat expectations, that's the first catalyst. So you got one of your big boy blue chip investment firms, Morgan Stanley, saying they're going to go to $1,000 a share. Let's see what they got to say about it. Let's see. Y'all know I'm bullish on NVIDIA. There's no secret. I'm bullish on it. Morgan Stanley analysts have a few ideas for investors looking to pick winning stocks this earnings season. In a recent note, a team of analysts led by the investment bank's executive director of equity research highlighted 10 stocks with near-term catalysts from potentially strong earnings. I don't know what day in May, but in May, they're coming out with their Q1 earnings. And if they beat expectations, who knows where that thing going, right? New product releases, NVIDIA got new product releases, or other events that could spark a bull run in their shares. Although Wall Street's consensus forecast for first quarter S&P 500 earnings per share predicts average growth of just 2.7%, Weaver and her team expect a sequential recovery in earnings in the second quarter, followed by a second half explosion. We believe earnings growth is set for a healthier runway through 24, they wrote, adding that although earnings estimates haven't moved much over the past 6 months, investor confidence in the achievability of these estimates has increased. Even after surging more than 200% in the past 12 months, Lord Jesus. Even after surging more than 200% in the past 12 months alone, NVIDIA emerges as a potential big winner this earnings season. According to Morgan Stanley's Joseph Moore, Moore has a buy equivalent overweight rating on shares of NVIDIA and expects the stock to spike 21% to $1,000 a share over the next 12 months as it dominates its AI competition. NVIDIA continues to see strong spending trends in AI with upward revisions in demand from some of the new customers such as Tesla and various sovereigns. All that means is other countries. He wrote, Moore noted that there have been some near-term anxiety surrounding NVIDIA's transition from its older H1 generation chip to next generation models, with a lot riding on sales of the new Blackwell AI chip. Some investors feared that there could be a pause in NVIDIA's revenue growth. But Moore said that this checks show no such pause as underlying demand is strong. Okay, there you go. That's all I'm gonna do. I ain't giving you no more than that. That's all I needed to do. I'm gonna get, that's where I'm stopping. So here's the deal, man. You better find you something out there that has some growth potential, that has a strong multiplier on it. For me, it's NVIDIA. I think it has a strong multiplier. I think it's Tesla. I think Tesla had its earnings, Q1 earnings, I think, report last night, and it didn't do too bad. I didn't see a huge jump in the stock or anything like that, but I think you're gonna start, let's see where Tesla's at today. Yeah, did have a jump up to 160 already. I keep trying to tell y'all guys, this is just taking candy from a baby. I keep telling you, these guys were 144 yesterday, 143, something like that. Almost $20 a share after the earnings report came out. Now here's the test. Q2 earnings report. If they kill it, they go to the moon. That's the way I look at it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm no analyst. I'm no expert here. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. So Tesla's at 160 a share right now. And yesterday it was in the mid 140s. Mid 140s yesterday, 160 today. Could you have made some money? Sure you could have. But see, you ain't gonna make no money on the sideline. You wanna stay on the sideline and keep trying to read books and think about it, your wealth is gonna pass you right on by. Let's see what NVIDIA did. I know where they ended up yesterday. Let's see where they're at today. They're down today, 814. They jumped up yesterday at about 824. They're at 814. Are they on sale? I think they are. Especially with a $1,000 per share target by Morgan Stanley, one of the big boy blue chip Wall Street firms. You got a lot of upside there, man. If you're patient and you're willing to hold. I'm patient. I'm willing to hold. I'm gonna keep buying it. Keep buying it. This little $800 a share stuff, $750, $749, $785, whatever. I'm gonna keep buying it. Anything under $850, I'm buying. Period. Under $850, keep dollar cost averaging in. Keep buying the dip. Right? That's where I'm at on the video. That's where I'm at on Tesla. Tesla is above my buy price right now. They're at 160. That's not my buy price. My buy price on Tesla is 150 or less. So when if they fall back down to 150 again, I'm on them. Let's see where VGT is. VGT is starting to move back in the green. 494 today. That's VGT. Let's see where VOO is. Let's see where VOO is. VOO 463, trading in the red today. Both of them are too expensive for me right now. VOO needs to be in that 350 range, and VGT needs to be in that 375 range. That's the only way I can get comfortable with any of those guys. So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. I'm still doing my dollar cost averaging into SPLG, which is an S&P 500 ETF. I still do that every month. Matter of fact, I bought some this morning. I bought SPLG this morning, and I bought FTEC this morning. I told y'all I buy. See, y'all, sometimes y'all forget, man, because I mean, maybe I don't mention it every day, but sometimes y'all forget. I buy SPLG and FTEC pretty much every day. Every day the market's open. I buy $100 to $300 every day. Every day the market's open, right? So I'm always buying SPLG and I'm always buying FTEC. And some of y'all might say, well, golly, that ain't a lot of money. Why so little money? You got to understand it, guys. If I average $200 a day, right, and I got 200 trading days, that's $40,000 a year. I take that $40,000 a year at an 8% rate of return over the next 10 years. I average it over the next 10 years. That's about $650,000. That's how I play this game, guys. I just play the long game. $1 to $300 a day, 200 trading days. That's $40,000 a year, right? That's over 10 years, right? That's $40,000 a year, every year for 10 years. This is what I'm telling you. You can't beat that. At an 8% rate of return, you can't beat it. You can't beat that. So that's the game plan. The game plan is that, right? So, shoot, you got $400,000 in the thing over a 10-year period, just in principal that I put in. Because it's $40,000 a year, right? Times 10. That's $400,000 in principal. Tack on an 8% interest rate, compounded that's over $600 and some thousand, man. So my point is, I'm in SPLG, FTEC, because y'all already know that's part of the wealth transfer blueprint. The wealth transfer blueprint is SPLG, FTEC, and the Magnificent Seven. Now, I take my cash reserves and I'll buy more NVIDIA. I buy more Tesla. I would buy more VGT. I would buy more VOO, but they got to get to my target buy price. I'm not going to just buy them right now where they're at right now. It makes no sense. They got to have a deep enough discount for me to take extra cash reserves to put in them. If they never get to the deep discount, I just keep doing what I'm doing, which is SPLG and FTEC. I haven't abandoned that. I do that every day. So I'm looking for exponential growth. I'm not looking for average growth. I'm looking for exponential growth. Growth faster than the market is. That's what NVIDIA is going to give me. That's what Tesla is going to give me ultimately. Right? That's what I believe in. And you got to come up with your own strategy, but there's strategies out there. You just got to figure out the right one for you and for your family. I've just outlined you what I believe is the right strategy for me and my family. The question is, what's your strategy? What are you buying? What did you put in the shopping cart yesterday? What did you put in the shopping cart yesterday? See, we all should be financial shopping right now, guys, because a lot of our favorite companies are on discount. Even if you like VGT and VOO, they're on discount, guys. If you look at what they've been trading at historically, they're on discount. We know the Magnificent Seven, the most of them are on discount. I'm not saying they're deep discounts, but they're discounted from where they currently trade at, is what I'm saying. So you got to figure out what's the right setup for me? What's the right investment strategy for me? And that's what we're going to be talking about a lot in the membership club that we have. We're going to be talking a lot about these types of things and diving deeper into what I actually invest in. We're going to dive deeper into how to really buy real estate in any type of market. Any type of market. So those are the things that the membership club through the website, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get more of that. You're going to get more in-depth, deep dive than you get on the YouTube channel. I don't do no deep dive, no in-depth on the YouTube channel, because I know what the YouTube channel is, and I know what the purpose of it is, and I know people's attention span on YouTube is like 30 seconds. That's the attention span. Ain't no need to be spending all that trying to go into no deep dive where nobody gonna even care or watch it. Why do it? It doesn't make no sense. People ain't gonna do it on YouTube. It's 30 seconds, that's it. And that's okay when you know that. So what do? I said, okay, I'll save all of that. Get me a membership club where people pay to have that 90 minutes with me every single month and all the other little extras. They'll pay for that. And then guess what? Since they paid for it, they're gonna pay attention and they're gonna be in them deep dives because they paid for it. When people don't pay for nothing, forget about it. They might show up, they may not. And if they do show up, they're gonna be there for like 30 seconds and then they go into something else. And that's okay. When you know that, you know that. I'm not that stupid, guys. I ain't all that smart, but I've been on this YouTube platform for 4 years. This is my 5th year on this platform full time. I know what's happening. I know exactly what my demographics do and who they are and what they're looking for. Why? Because all I got to do is go into my YouTube analytics and it'll tell me what they're watching other than me. And a lot of it is what? Funny, gossip, skits, that kind of crap. So I get it. If you ain't entertaining them, they gone. So why would I go and take my precious time spending an hour on YouTube deep diving like I used to do back in 2020? I did that. If you go back and look at some of my 2020 videos, you'll see me talking about with the whiteboard, talking about this on the whiteboard. But if you look at those videos, it's just people don't stick around long enough for that. So why take myself through all of that preparation for nothing when you're gonna get like 2 people look at the video? It don't make sense. So what I decided to do was, okay, we'll create the website. We'll give people access to digital products that they can make an investment in themselves and they can just do self-study. It'll walk them through what they need to do and they can do self-study and just execute. That's one way. Or they can get in the paid membership club, and then that's where I'll bring out the whiteboard again. That's where we'll start taking the whiteboard and doing things like I used to do back in 2020. I'll do that through the membership. So that's what we're doing. Now, again, if you want to rock with that, get down to the description box, click on the website, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website, www.richardfain.net. Get yourself over to the website, grab you some digital products, and that's self-study. It walks you through A to Z. 10 digital products up on the website right now. Everything from credit repair, credit restoration, to improving your credit score, all the way to index fund investing. If you're somebody that says, hey, I want to learn how to just buy index funds, got a digital product that'll walk you through. Somebody that says, hey, I want to learn how to take my dividends and reinvest them back into more shares of whatever I'm invested in. Got something on the channel, got something in the website that will teach you that. It's called drip investing. So it's there. If you want it, great. If you don't, that's great too, along with the membership club, the paid membership club. So guys, also I want you to consider checking out the Instagram page. It's down in the links, down in the description box. Instagram page, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor. Check that out. If you're an Instagrammer, give your boy a follow. Send me a DM. Let me know you're checking in and you're rocking with me. I would appreciate that. You know, Moo is going to give you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Alphabet, NVIDIA, who we just talked about, and Tesla, who we just talked about. They're going to give you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven when you sign up for Moo. That link is the first link in the description box. If you're interested in that offer to get that free stock and that free money, go do that. And then guess what? Keep putting money in there every single month and keep buying. Keep buying. And if you're not sure what you should buy and you want some recommendations or you want to rock with my plan, send me an email. Richard, I opened my Moomoo account, put some money in it. I know I'm gonna get my 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, but send me your wealth transfer blueprint so I can in depth see what you're investing in. And maybe I want to copy that. Maybe I want to pick a few of those things. You don't have to, but you can. At least you got a guideline. That's all it's for, just to give you a guideline to see what I'm. Email me and I will send you that video. It's called the Wealth Transfer Blueprint. I'll send it to you and you know exactly what I'm buying. So if you want to mirror that, copy it, go ahead. If you don't have to. You can pick your own stuff, all right? So that's where we're at, guys. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're going to get on out of this thing. It's 12 o'clock. I got some stuff I need to do. I got a board meeting I got to go to today for the Housing Authority board that I'm on here in the local area that I live in. I love giving back. I love, being a part of nonprofits that provide the basic essentials to people's life, like housing. And this Housing Authority, that's what they do. They provide affordable housing to people who need it. I love that. I love being a part of that type of setup. So got a board meeting this afternoon. I'm gonna be putting up another video this afternoon as well, walking you through in depth these 7 millionaire mindset habits. So that video is coming out this afternoon, probably 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that. So if you want to check out, I know I mentioned it in the live stream, but I kind of ran by it. I go a little bit more in depth in those. I know some of y'all want to start living these 7 millionaire mindset habits. I think if you live these 7 habits, you give yourself a chance, man. I'm just telling you. You got to get yourself out of this old way of thinking and introduce a new way of thinking. You got to eliminate the old way of thinking because that's kept you broke. That's kept you living paycheck to paycheck. That's keeping you in credit card debt. That's keeping you in high interest rate car loan debt. That's keeping you in student loan debt. That old way of thinking. You got to transition to a new way of thinking. And I think if you adapt these 7 millionaire mindset habits, that's how you change things in your life financially, guys. That's how you change things in your whole life. Not just financially, but every aspect of your life. So that video is coming out this afternoon. So be on the lookout for that. Check it out if you want to. And have a blessed day, man. Go shopping. Go financial shopping. If you're in a financial shape to do it, go get you some assets today. Go get you some assets if you're in financial condition to do that. If you got high interest rate credit card debt, pay off your high interest rate credit card debt if you got reserves. Stop being, keeping money in a money market because you think you beat. No. If it ain't your emergency fund and you got high interest rate credit card debt above and beyond what you're making in your money market, come on, guys. Pay that stuff off. That's just like giving yourself whatever that interest rate is, you're getting that interest rate because you're paying that debt off. Pay it off. Get rid of it. Again, man, get down to that description box, click on them links, Moomoo link, 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. Click on that link, sign up today, put your $100 in there, go get that free stock, go get that free money. Check out the website, second link down in the description box, grab some digital products, become a paid member of the membership club, Richard Fain Millionaire Membership Club, and then follow me on Instagram. That link is down in the description box as well. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. As always, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here if you don't mind. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Thoughts become things. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.